Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
Scott Kingery, an 0-2 count with 2 outs in extra innings coming off of the bench, a pinch hit opportunity. You're telling me the guy that's barely hitting over 100 is the man who's going to step up in a big moment? That was outstanding. I would have never imagined in a million years that Scott Kingery would be the one to hit a 3-run bomb to walk the Phillies off, but the Phillies keep the hot streak alive. That is 4 straight victories, and they continue to string wins together. While Zack Wheeler was magnificent, and we will get into him, the bullpen just went bullpen versus bullpen and came out on top. Now, did they get a little lucky in extra innings? You could argue that the throw from JT Realmuto in the top of the 11th to Scott Kingery was probably a tad slow, but it looks like maybe that there was no way to overturn the call, so they had to stay with what was on the field. I don't know. Did a little luck get in the Phillies' way? Yeah, probably, but sometimes you need a little luck in life, and the Phillies took advantage of it. Wow, what an awesome game. What a really fun watch, and they are putting it together a bit, just saying. Before we dive more into this episode of Sports Talk with Broads is sponsored by Orbit Energy and Power. Their solar program helps eliminate your electric bill completely by offering flexible financing solutions such as $0 down. In addition, they will make sure you receive all the state and federal incentives when switching to solar. So make sure you check out their information. It is in the description. Let's get to Zack Wheeler because he's the one that started the game 5 2/3. The movement on his fastball is unreal. I mean, it's electric. You see it start one way coming down the pipe, and boom, it moves right in on you. Whoa, 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 whoa. And don't even get me started on the double play balls. He gets himself out of trouble all the time. Bang, little double play action. Not that it's huge trouble when there's a man on first base, but it could lead to trouble if he doesn't get these double plays, and it's a constant theme. He is dialed in like no other, and when he's on the bump, you have an extra sense of confidence in you. You just understand that this guy's going to be able to get the job done for you, and it's so nice knowing that. And not only do we know that as fans, he knows that. He is so confident right now. Confidence changes everything in sports. And when he walks out on that bump, he knows, yup. And when Freddie Freeman is up to bat where there's a bigger situation than, say, nobody on base, cool, calm, collective, couple deep breaths, executes, gets the out. Unreal. Now, he did run into some trouble. Happened in the 6th inning. We'll lead you up to the 6th inning, though, because in the 3rd, Andrew McCutchen hits a 422-foot bomb to center field. What? What? Andrew McCutchen's waking up. Listen to these stats. Kutch is hitting .339 with 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 14 RBI, 909 OPS in his last 13 games. Oh, welcome to the season, Andrew McCutchen. This guy is literally being a difference maker right now. This lineup is very fun to watch. This lineup is lethal. There were many times in the beginning of the season where it was dreadful. They couldn't get going. And that's inevitable in a long season. In baseball, when you play every single day, there's going to be many moments where the offense just doesn't have it that night. But there were so many guys that were off at the same time. Now, they're getting back to who they actually are. Now, this is what these players are. What Jean Segura is doing is who Jean Segura is. And I bring his name up because the Phillies, by the way, take a 2-0 lead. Ozuna ends up cracking in the lead 2-1 in the 4th. But in the bottom of the 4th, the Phillies half of the 4th at the plate, here comes Jean Segura showing that power and showing that ability to hit the baseball really well. 422 feet also, which is pretty damn weird, gives the Phils a 4-1 lead. So Jean Segura is back to who Jean Segura is. Not so much a home run hitter, but a guy who's getting hits. A dude who's hitting the baseball. He got stuck in the beginning of the year, batting lower than 200. Huh? No, that's not who he is. But here's where Zack Wheeler didn't get a little bit of help. 6th inning, Didi Gregorius makes an outstanding play. Throws the ball to Rhys Hoskins. Now, it's a one-hopper, but plenty of time for Rhys to adjust to get this one-hopper. And he missed it. He missed it completely. He's like ducked down a bit, almost in a lunge position, if you will, but close to the ground. The ball comes up in his face. He kind of flinches at it. The ball goes by him. Here goes a run being scored. Now the baseball game is 4-2. What are you doing? And somehow, some way, the error went on Didi Gregorius after making that stellar stop at short, getting up quickly and throwing the ball. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's no way that's an error on Didi. It was such a playable ball for the first baseman. Every standard first baseman in this league makes that play. There's a hilarious gif going around Twitter right now of when the ball bounced in front of Rhys and he flinches at the baseball and it goes by him. What the hell is going on here? Remember when Rhys Hoskins played left field? Oh, that was miserable. It kind of made me feel that way. I sort of had a flashback of when he was playing out in left field. He is just not a good fielder, and it blows my mind that we have so many people on this team that you can say that about. And maybe it doesn't have to be specifically a bad fielder, but I just compare that to, maybe they should be a DH because you got Kutch, who's realistically at this point of his career not the best out in left field, and definitely Alec Bohm and Rhys Hoskins. I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and it was mentioned Bohm at third base is probably not a long-term option. Maybe you try what you did with Rhys Hoskins and put him out in left field. Ooh, I don't know. That doesn't make me feel very happy. But at the time of this game, it's 4-2, right? And you got to go to your bullpen. And you think, oh, no. No. Even though we're starting to get a bit more intrigued that there's actually professionals in the bullpen. Not that they're elite professionals by any means, but they're not the dumpster fire random pieces that you threw in the beginning. So you're starting to get intrigued, but you do worry. And of course, as soon as Adam Morgan gets out there for the 7th, bang, bang. Inciarte, bang. Riley, bang. Tie game. Come on, that quickly? You're going to do this to us that quickly? You're not even going to give us a little bit of faith and then maybe blow it in the 8th or blow it in the 9th. You're just going to do it instantly. You're just going to do it as soon as that 7th inning starts. Here you go, Braves. You can have the lead. We don't really want the lead. You can take it. You can have it. No. You take it. Don't worry about it. Poor Adam Morgan. I don't know what to really say about him this year, because he has moments where it's, wow, that's a big moment. Big time moment. Saving the game in the 8th inning for the guys when there's some men on, right? But then there's moments like this where you scratch your head. It's almost like you're getting a mix of last season's Adam Morgan and the year previous. The hideous, insanely trash Adam Morgan combined with the, what do you got here in Adam Morgan? He's getting you some decent outs. But then you got to factor in, there's a 3-batter rule these days, and that changes everything when it comes to a player like Adam Morgan because, well, he's the standard lefty specialist. He's the guy that you bring in there to get out, the lefty guys. And now the 3-batter rule, it changes the whole philosophy of some of these bullpen players, and it's just something that you need to think about when Adam Morgan is out there on the bump. And I'm not saying in this game specifically. I'm just talking about all around when you use someone like Adam Morgan down the road and what his role once was compared to what it now needs to be and things of that nature. But all around this bullpen, Tommy Hunter, here we go, Tommy Hunter with that speech that he had a couple of days ago about being pissed off that the bullpen was getting criticized. And I heard an interesting take because I'm obviously enjoying this ride that Tommy Hunter's on, and I thought it was hilarious what he said, and then he's been backing it up almost as if it fueled him and it fueled the rest of the bullpen. An interesting take I heard about it was, look, you're allowed to be pissed off. You're allowed to embrace that, but when you have one of the worst ERAs ever in the history of baseball, who are you to not acknowledge that? Who are you to not say, well, hold on a second. I feel as if maybe the frustration towards the bullpen is allowed. It makes sense. We haven't lived up to our expectations. He never really acknowledged that. He just said, I'm pissed off about all this talk about how bad we are. We're trying out there. And he never really said, look, we understand why people are really mad because we have a job to do. We need to get big outs. We need to save games at times, and we are just giving it up. While I understand that mindset, right? He should definitely see that's part of the issue. I still love it. I'm enjoying this Tommy, Michael Jordan, Hunter gameplay that we are getting at this guy after talking to the media. Of course, this is probably going to be a mini run. At some point, I'll get really disgusted with Tommy Hunter. I'm sure, unless he is the real Michael Jordan like I think he is at the moment, the Tommy, Michael Jordan Hunter that we're getting out there right at this moment. But I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying every little second of it because it seemed whatever really got his juices going before that Zoom call post-game has clearly transitioned to on the field. And when the bullpen was so horrendous, I kept saying it's a snowball effect. When one guy gets destroyed and then the next guy gets ripped and then the following guy's allowing runs, it's one big domino when it's the morale in the bullpen, it goes down. Nobody has confidence. And it's the exact opposite when you have moments like this. The Braves bullpen was definitely awesome in this game. And the Phillies bullpen just went toe-to-toe with them. It makes no sense. It's mind-blowing. If you said that statement, if you said 2 weeks ago that, hey, in 2 weeks, the Phillies bullpen is going to be manageable and go head-to-head with other squads, you would laugh. You would spit in my face, and you'd probably slap me. But this is where we are right now, and there's a big domino effect. Once one guy steps up, and the next guy steps up, and there's confidence in the bullpen, and it changes the morale. And here we go, Tommy Hunter, Hector Neris. Talk about an up-and-down season for the guy. And I knew that Joe Girardi was going to have to find ways to get him back out there so he can gain his confidence, so he can trust him in certain situations. Hector Neris had it in this game. Hector Neris was working the plate and doing what he needed to do in that situation. It's been rocky. You can't hide that. You cannot deny it. It has been an unbelievable stretch here for Hector Neris for the worse. And he came in and he needed to deliver, and guess what he did? He delivered. Workman, Hembree, Parker. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. It's almost as if we are so accustomed to this team blowing it, getting waxed, giving up 7-run leads with 2 innings to go, that we see a reasonable bullpen, an MLB bullpen, whether it's... It's funny. This isn't even a great bullpen by any means, but we are going from arguably the worst ever created to probably more like below average, and we're stoked about it. Here we are. Yeah, look at this bullpen. Where it's somewhere in between below average and average. Yet, yeah, here we go. It's unbelievable. But they're doing their job. I got to give them credit. It's a tough ass to go up against. Ronald Acuna Jr., Freddie Freeman, Nick Markakis, Ozuna, Swanson. Right? I mean, this is the lineup that's lethal. And the last time they faced this team, well, they didn't have to go up against all the top guys. You had some injury issues for the Braves, and they still found a way to get some victories on the Phils, which absolutely sucked. So, in the extra innings, I couldn't believe it. Shaking my head. Oh, I was furious. Furious, I tell you. You have first and third no outs, and you don't score in extras. the bottom of the 10th, first and third, no outs. And not only that, it's not like Adam Hastley was up. With all due respect to Adam Hastley, that's no knock on him. But it's not like he was up. It's not like Roman Quinn was up. It's not like Neil Walker was up. Kutch, Rhys, Bryce, although Bryce got intentionally walked, so there's nothing he can really do, and JT Realmuto. 0 outs, first and third. Realistically, the only thing that matters in that sentence is 0 outs, man on third. And you can't deliver. Talk about crushing. Talk about going back to the dugout after that. Going back in that dugout going, you gotta be kidding me. Deflating. But yet, they battle the adversity. They get a little luck at the top of the 11th when JT Realmuto got the gun out at second. Gun out, with air quotes. And they delivered in that bottom of the 11th. But that bottom 10th, you really need to dig down deep. They got a second chance. They got a second opportunity. And the good thing is, they made the most of it. And Scott Kingery was awesome in an 0-2 count where Melanson made a big-time mistake. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was trying to throw. I can't believe Scott Kingery, of all people, stepped up. That's the craziness that happens in baseball. You're having that bad of a season? Really pathetic, to be fair. You're questioning if you can even be an everyday second baseman to the point where, hey, should Phil Gosselin be the guy? Seriously, that's the point where we're at now. Should Phil Gosselin be the everyday second baseman? Or maybe not specifically that, even though that is a conversation, but should Segura move over to second full-time? Should Bohm be a third for right now, at least? Should Scott Kingery play? Yet here he comes up, pinch hit, boom, boom. That thing was crushed. You saw the cardboard cutouts going wild. By the way, speaking of that, you want to talk about a packed barn? Man, they do not stop with these cardboard cutouts. It feels like their whole entire stadium at Citizens Bank Park is filled to the top, filled to the max. I don't know who's louder, those cardboard cutouts or the guys out in wherever they hang out. What, center field? What are they called? The Fandemic? I'll be honest with you, they're kind of annoying watching on TV. Is that just me? Does that make me a bad fan? That I got to hear after every strikeout by Wheeler or by every time there's an RBI. Maybe I'm a bad person. I don't know. But I do know this. Sixto Sanchez looks good. Oh, every time he pitches, it makes me sick. This dude is legit. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. Go watch him. Go watch his highlights. Because he's up with the Marlins, and now, you know, it's different when you hear the name Sixto. Oh, he's going to be this great prospect, but you don't see him yet. Oh, he can do this and he can do that, but you don't actually see him. Now you see him. Now you see him. Not only is he in your division, but JT Realmuto is going to be hitting free agency, and I don't know how Matt Klentak and John Middleton are going to consistently watch what Sixto Sanchez brings to the table and let this man walk. I just can't comprehend it. Sixto Sanchez in this rotation right now would be insane. And I hate the fact that I'm going to keep bringing him up, but every time I see him start, it's hard not to. His stuff is legit. He's pumping triple digits. I am enjoying Spencer Howard. And when he's throwing 97, I'm on the edge of my seat. When I see that fastball, I'm all on it like, wow, the Phillies actually have a pitcher besides Zack Wheeler who can throw that 97 and blow it by guys, right? Like, I'm all in on it. I could only imagine how I would be reacting to seeing 100 pump the gun every time Sixto's on the bump. Not only that, then he throws in those off-speed pitches that are making hitters look silly because they don't even know what to do. They can't even comprehend it. They can't understand how you can possibly go from that 100-mile-per-hour fastball to that off-speed pitch. This team desperately needs help with starting pitching, right? Besides Nola and Wheeler, you can't really rely on the other guys. And there he is. The current day, Pedro Martinez. I remember that comparison, and I remember saying, like, let's cool the Jets a little, right? I mean, Pedro. Everyone has this insane comparison when they get drafted. Oh, this guy, he's from Alabama, or he's from Vanderbilt, or he's from wherever you want to say. LSU. He's the 5th pick in the draft. He's the next Derek Jeter. He reminds me of Chris Bryant. He reminds me of Bryce Harper. Oh, really? Obviously, I'm just throwing out hypotheticals, but let's cool the Jets. Well, now that you're seeing it, oh no. Oh no. Is he really cruising? All right, just something to keep an eye out on. I'm just saying. 4 in a row. Can they make it 5 in a row? They have struggled making it 5 in a row. Let's go out there and win a damn baseball game. This game could have went either way. They got second life. You don't always get second life. What they did in the bottom of the 10th inning, that's vomit-worthy stuff. It's embarrassing. It can't happen. That's what losing baseball does. Losing baseball teams, they go out there, they have a man on third with 0 outs to win a baseball game with the top of their lineup, and they don't do it. Second life. What do good baseball teams do? What do good lineups do? Well, if you get your second life, you make sure you get that victory. You secure the win. And out of all people, it's Scott Kingery. I'm sure everybody projected Scott Kingery to hit a 3-run walk-off homer before that game started. I'm so disappointed, though, in that bottom 10 when Bryce Harper was up that he didn't get a chance to hit another walk-off. Every single time he comes up late in the game to have an opportunity to knock in runs, my mind always goes to the Chicago Cubs game, where you can hear John Kruk on the call. Oh, my God! It's just iconic. Oh, my God! The grand slam. He had a pretty good one on this Scott Kingery one, too, though. Just jumping in on the call. McCarthy's trying to make the home run call, and you just got Kruk just with pure excitement for baseball getting in. Yeah! Well, Kruk, I think you're supposed to let the guy go and do his thing. He's got to make the call. Classic Phillies broadcasting team. All right, I'm done here. Pinch hit. Scott Kingery, 0-2 count with 2 outs. Knocks it out of left field. Eflin in Game 2. Arrieta in Game 3, which is Sunday Night Baseball, actually. Phillies got to rack up some wins. Bryce Harper even stated, we got to win like 9 to 10 games. What have they done since then? Well, they won 4 games. It's not going to be easy. It's hard to beat this team. This Braves team's good. For sure. Fun as hell, too. I always mention that. This Braves team is fun as hell to watch. Acuna, fun as hell to watch. They're a tough matchup. The problem now is, though, can you rely on Eflin? His strikeout rate has been incredible, but it hasn't really related to this absurd success. Arrieta, you don't know which guy you're going to get. We don't need to worry about Arrieta yet. We'll worry about him after this game, too. But with Eflin, the strikeout rate has been incredible. He hasn't really put it together, though. It's been kind of statistically a flawed look, if you will. Can you rely on this bullpen again? They had to go pretty deep, right? Adam Morgan, Tommy Hunter, Hector Neris, Workman, Hembry, Parker. 6 guys out of the pen. And David Robertson, by the way, setback. So it looked like there was a possibility he would return. Setback. And by the way, in 9 seasons, he ended up having 60-plus innings of work in those 9. Yet here comes the Phillies. They pick him up, and unfortunately, he gets hurt. I don't really knock the Phillies for that signing because there's nothing to tell you that this would happen to David Robertson. He's been a very reliable veteran, a very reliable relief pitcher, and sometimes we talk about luck, right? They got lucky in the top of the 11th with that call at second base. Well, you got unlucky with the signing of David Robertson, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you next time.